My name's Alice Hemming and I'm a children's author. I'm also patron of reading at Duncombe School and I love blowing bubbles, which is why I wrote a book about bubbles. It's called Bibble and the Bubbles and it's written by me, Alice Hemming, and the illustrations, the pictures, are by Sarah Sanchez, who is very good at drawing bubbles. I thought I'd come inside my writing shed to read the book because the sun was in my eyes outside. So, Bibble and the Bubbles. Lots and lots of bubbles. And look, they're coming from the house right here. I wonder who's blowing the bubbles. It's this little boy called Bobby. Bobby liked blowing bubbles. Loopy bubbles, gloopy bubbles, even stretchy droopy bubbles. Some went pop on next door's hedge. Some went sailing over the roof. And some just floated up, up, up. But where did they go? 667 million miles away stood Bibble. Bibble liked catching bubbles. Loopy bubbles, gloopy bubbles, even stretchy droopy bubbles. He had quite a collection. Some bubbles bounced from crater to crater, some drifted between the stars, and some just appeared. But where did they come from? One day the bubbles stopped. Bibble waited and waited, but they didn't come. He had to find out why. So he took his collection of bubbles and worked away, putting a springy bubble here and a bouncy bubble there, until he had built a spaceship. Bibble got inside, pressed a bubble button, and in a second he was off. Whoosh! 667 million miles away, Bobby's bubble bottles were empty. He was watching the clouds when he saw the strangest bubble. It came nearer and nearer and nearer until it landed, and Bibble climbed out of the spaceship. Bobby stared at Bibble, and Bibble blinked at Bobby. "What's your name?" asked Bobby. "Bibble," said Bibble. "How did you get here?" asked Bobby. "Bibble, wibble, bubble," said Bibble. But Bobby didn't understand. So Bibble took some bubbles and twisted and pulled to show him. And look, you can see here he's made a little tiny bubble spaceship which has gone all the way to Bubble Earth. And then Bobby understood. So together they made some more bubble mixture. With a squeeze of this and a drop of that, they'd soon filled all the bottles. And this time Bobby blew loopy bubbles and gloopy bubbles, but also spiky bubbles and squeaky bubbles. He blew pretty musical bubbles and bubbles that tasted of ketchup and jam. When Bibble caught the bubbles, they didn't pop. Bibble could make bubble animals. There's a little rabbit there and a giraffe. He could make bubble buildings, the Eiffel Tower. Bibble could even make bubble bicycles that he could ride. Bobby wanted Bibble to stay forever, but he saw the way that Bibble watched the bubbles float away. This world was not his home, and it was time to say goodbye. Bobby watched as Bibble built his spaceship. Then he waved and waved until Bibble was just a bubble in the sky. Bobby wasn't sure if blowing bubbles would ever be the same again. But then look, what's in the window there? Is it little presents? Then Bobby found a special present waiting for him. A bubble that didn't pop. I wonder if it's a magic bubble. And now, blowing bubbles is better than ever. Because now Bobby knows where the bubbles go. And Bibble knows where to find them. And that's the end. And there are a few more bubbles, and I wonder who lives there. Do we think it might be Bibble? In the book, Bibble gives Bobby a magic bubble, doesn't he? Now, I wonder if I had a magic wishing bubble, I wonder what I might wish for. I know, I might wish for a never-ending teapot so I could have cups of tea all day long and never have to make them. That sounds nice. You could have a think about what you might wish for, and you could pop it down on your own bubble. You could cut out a bubble from a little bit of card. Or you could use a paper plate. Anything that's a nice circular shape. Just something that you've got in the house. And you could write or draw what you might wish for with your magic bubble. I've got one here that somebody did for me. This person wants to wish for a magic unicorn to have as a pet. Look, they've drawn their unicorn in the middle of their bubble. They've written what they wish for, and they've popped some stickers on to make it look pretty. You could even attach some ribbon, and you could hang it up in your room or give it to someone special. Your very own magic wish bubble. Have fun!